It's widely known that there are Israeli settlements in Palestinian territory, but very few people know what the lives of people are actually like in these isolated districts. I traveled to Hebron, a Palestinian city that has Israeli settlements right in the middle of the city itself, and managed to enter a Jewish neighborhood surrounded by barbed wire fences and checkpoints. These checkpoints in the West Bank of Palestine are barriers erected by the Israeli security forces. Palestinians always have to be inspected when they cross the border, and often their movement is not permitted. The border divides Hebron into two sections: H1, which is governed by Palestine, and H2, an Israeli settlement. One of the key dividing points is the tomb of Abraham or Ibrahim, which is called Ibrahimi Mosque by Muslims, and the tomb of the patriarchs by Jews. It's located in H2, but is immeasurably important to both cultures, so Palestinians are allowed to get there through the nearby checkpoints to pray. I waited in line for the checkpoint with local Palestinians. So I just got through the checkpoint, but they didn't even ask for my passport. They just asked me where I'm from, and I said Japan, and they just told me how much they love Wagyu.
Wagyu, feel me Wagyu.
Wagyu? Do you like Wagyu?
Yeah?
The Israeli soldier was actually quite friendly to me, but I could see that was probably because I was a foreign tourist. Crossing the border in Palestine is much easier for foreigners than Palestinians who are actually living there. So this is the entrance to the mosque?
This divided
Uh-huh.
for Jewish and for Muslim.
As a compromise, today, this holy place is shared between Jews and Muslims by dividing it in the middle as both a synagogue and a mosque. The entrance to each space are different, but everyone must pass through another Israeli security checkpoint, regardless of their destination. Here, you are asked what your religion is, because Muslims and Jews are not allowed to go to the other side. If you do not identify with either religion, you usually can access both sides as a spectator. The inside of the Muslim side was a beautiful and solemn mosque with Ottoman and Mamluk architecture, and I almost couldn't believe there was a synagogue on the other side of the wall. When I re-entered on the Jewish side, the atmosphere was completely different, filled with Jews praying and reciting verses. The 2,000-year-old building was built by King Herod the Great, and is considered to be the oldest continuously used prayer structure in the world, which also has a contentious and bloody history over the centuries and even today. The building was not always segregated between Jews and Muslims like it is today. It has passed hands from Jews to Christians to Muslims over time. Neither side is particularly happy with this arrangement, but that's how the holy site is shared today. I left the building and started to explore other parts of the H2 area. There are some souvenir shops run by Palestinians around the holy site. However, just on the other side of the street, there are always Israeli soldiers on the lookout, as well as many Jewish prayers. Just by being there, I felt more attention than H1. If you ask, the Palestinian inhabitants are happy to tell visitors about their harsh lives there, but only quietly.
Have a seat, my friend, come.
Okay, thank you.
You know, here the situation is very difficult.
Yes.
Are you filming?
Yeah, should I stop filming? Is it okay?
Because I will tell you about the situation, yes. You can film after.
Okay. He showed me around the area near the shop, explaining which houses are Palestinians' houses and which are Israelis. It's very quiet.
Yes, it's all closed here.
Yeah. His little tour ended quite simply because he couldn't go further.
So here, Jewish there, I'm not allowed
Okay.
Palestinians to go there. I have to go from here.
So you can't walk on the street.
No. I have to walk from this side.
Although there are no walls or barbed wire fences like the ones on the border, there are still a lot of Israeli checkpoints, which are constantly monitoring Palestinians' movements. On the other hand, I, as a Japanese, could pass through it easily by showing my passport. The Jewish residential area was very quiet and even felt a bit eerie. Many Palestinians who used to live here were expelled from their homes. Sometimes I found signs of Jewish life there, but mostly I just saw a lot of Israeli flags and graffiti of the Star of David, the Jewish symbol, drawn on the wall of houses. So I guess there used to be a lot of houses and shops here, but now they're all closed and there's no one here. After walking around the Jewish neighborhood, I tried to go to Palestinian neighborhood when Israeli soldiers at the checkpoint stopped me. They said I couldn't walk into that area because it was too dangerous. But the Palestinian tour guide I talked with the day before suggested that I explore the area, so I really wanted to check it out. After a little negotiation, they allowed me to enter on the condition that I walk around only a short while and come back quickly. And we talked for like 10 minutes. Then finally they were like, okay, you can go, but be careful. I wasn't sure if they meant it's dangerous for Jewish people or for foreigners. This area was also quiet with a lot of abandoned houses, but I met some Palestinian people.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
This guy is the owner of one of the very few shops that are still open in the area.
Do you live here?
Yeah,
Okay.
this is my shop.
Oh, it's your shop.
Oh, yeah.
I need water. Hello. Hi.
Welcome, Gabriel. That's there.
Thank you.
Bye.
Some houses looked quite new and modern, which I assumed were Jewish residences from the Israeli flags hanging on the windows. I probably felt the most tension here, encountering more Israeli soldiers than other areas, who even asked me to show them the video I was filming a couple of times. Today, the Palestinian population in H2 is declining due to the impact of Israeli measures, including extended curfews, restrictions on pedestrian movement, the prohibition of vehicle movement, and the closure of shops and other commercial buildings. All of the above applying only to Palestinian residents. Personally, I oppose the Israeli settlement, since I consider it to be a clear violation of human rights forced on Palestinians, and it's also against international law. Hebron is the burial ground of the patriarchs and one of the most sacred cities for Jews and Muslims alike. It's very sad that instead of promoting a connection between the main monotheistic religions, this has made Hebron the most fought-over city on the West Bank. On the way to the exit of H2, I found a little boy who was taking a video of an abandoned townscape with his small handheld camera. I had no idea what he was filming for, but I couldn't help wondering how this segregated city looked through his eyes.